Hi, I'm Stephen Orr, and today we're going to be growing herbs, one of my favorite group of plants, because you can really get a lot in a small space from them. One of the unusual ways I like to grow herbs is in a strawberry pot. Strawberry pots are designed with these little pockets so that the strawberries could be planted here, and as they put down their little runners, you put the new plants in these little pockets. And it turns out herbs like to be in these as well. I have one I made about 6 weeks ago. You can see the plants have grown in really nicely. One thing that herbs like about this pot is the excellent drainage you get. Because of all the pockets, there's no standing water anywhere. So start with a strawberry pot. This one's nice and it's very sweet, but it's probably a little small, and also you'd have to water it a lot. So this is kind of a minimum size, I think, and this is a nice size too, this larger one. First, what we'll do is fill the strawberry pot. This is gonna be really messy. Don't be afraid, soil's gonna go everywhere. We're using an ordinary potting mix that is well draining and organic, since we're gonna be eating these herbs. Don't over fertilize your herbs. In fact, I don't fertilize them at all, because the fertilizers make the plants grow too fast and you lose all the essential oils, which with herbs are what give them flavor. So as you're filling up your strawberry pot, one of the things to look for is that you pack it down, because all that's really keeping the soil in these pockets is the soil itself. So just keep pressing down so that the soil kind of goes into the pockets from the outside. Leave a little space at the top. As with most pots, you want to leave an inch or two at the top so that you have plenty of room to water. Now the fun part. So you can grow almost any herb you want to grow. One of my favorite plants to grow in these kind of pots is thyme. So you have this plant, you can actually just kind of tug it apart and the plant won't mind. Just be kind of as careful as you can, pulling it into two sections. That becomes the small plant that can go in a pocket. I'm going to start this one at the top. Then we can add something tall, like this basil. Then we'll add a sage. We can put this sage in a pocket, so you want to make a smaller root ball, get rid of the extra soil, and then put that right in there. Be careful with the plants, but they actually can take a fair amount of abuse. Most of them are pretty tough. The basil's a little bit less tough. The thyme and oregano and stuff like that is very tough, so you can't really harm them too much. And you know, these are great for kitchen herbs. All of these are used for cooking, so it's really nice to have right outside your back door so you can run out when you're making an omelet and grab some herbs. Since you're clipping them, that keeps them smaller as well, so you don't really have to worry too much about the herbs overgrowing their spot, because you're going to be cutting them all the time. As you finish planting the last pockets, just take a look, see where you might need to add some soil back in. You can pop some soil in the top. As you water, you'll notice that the water is flowing out of all the holes. So over time, some soil may leach out. So it's good to be able to replenish that once in a while. But once every few weeks, you can pop a little soil back in. As your plants grow, some of them get a little large. You could always move them out of the pot, but also some of them will start blooming, like these basils. And you want to be sure you cut these flowers off, because flowers signal to the plant to stop making leaves, and obviously with basil you want as many leaves as possible. So once you're finished, just keep this in full sun, water it when it's dry, and what's so nice about that is you have all these different flavors in such a tiny space.